Hi guys, the Tories are truly desperate. So since launching the election campaign, Rishi Sunak has claimed that Labour don't have a plan, then fibbed about a tax increase Starmer would impose, then he tried suggesting a vote for reform is a vote for Labour. This was followed by the idea that you need to back the Tories to stop a Labour supermajority, and then it seems that he was told to get dirtier in his line of attack against the Labour leader by, and I quote, going for the jugular. Well, none of these things are having much of an impact on the polls, and while the Conservatives will officially dismiss polling that they don't like, internally both staff in Number 10 and MPs are panicking. So with just a few weeks left to go, it seems the last throw of the dice involves bringing back Boris Johnson. The Telegraph ran with this headline, Tories turn to Boris to combat Farage threat. Then we had this.
Hi folks, Boris Johnson here, urging everybody in Normanton and Hemsworth to vote for Alice Hopkin as your MP on July the 4th. The Conservative candidate, Alice Hopkin, she'll be an outstanding local MP, and above all, we vote for Alice, we'll avoid handing Labour a majority, or in fact even a supermajority, to take this country backwards, higher taxes, more wokery, kowtowing to Brussels again, and of course more illegal immigration. Don't let Starmer get away with it. Vote for Alice Hopkin on July the 4th.
Okay. He looks worse than usual. Okay, a few things to mention before we get to why this is a bad idea. First, he mentioned a few things. A supermajority. Okay, a supermajority is not a British concept. So why the hell is he talking about a supermajority? If Labour win a majority of 50, it makes no difference to Labour win a majority of 150. There is no supermajority. And it's funny where you're hearing a lot of Tories come out now and say, look, you need to come out and vote against Keir Starmer, against the non-incumbent. You need to stop him from winning a majority. Like, this is a message you could sort of understand for Tory party supporters, but they're going to vote for the Tory party anyway. You're trying to reach out to ordinary people and say, please vote against the Labour Party because we don't want to give them a majority. You need a few Tories to hold them to account. No, people are coming out to punish you. So once again, the supermajority concept makes no sense in British politics. Once again, we have the message about higher taxes, wokery. What the hell does that even mean? Brexit being undone. He mentioned there closer ties to Brussels. And of course, illegal migration, and we know that migration has increased under the Conservatives. Now, the problem with bringing back Boris Johnson was the Conservatives lost 6 points in the polls because of Partygate. Who was responsible for Partygate? Boris friggin' Johnson. Like, this would be like bringing back Liz Truss in a sense. Not to the same extent, but the Conservatives lost 6 points because of Partygate, and they lost another 6 points in the polls because of Liz Truss. So this is similar to bringing back Liz Truss to campaign for the Conservatives. Sunak and Boris Johnson don't like each other, so they're not going to campaign together. And is Boris Johnson going to campaign for Rishi Sunak, saying, you should vote for Rishi Sunak? Rishi Sunak is doing a great job, because he's been attempting to undermine Rishi Sunak at every turn since he's been out of office. A lot of Boris Johnson supporters believe that Johnson was stabbed in the back by Rishi Sunak and his supporters. So it doesn't make any sense to bring Johnson back here. And of course, Johnson's supporters some of them may be happy about this, but Boris Johnson is not running as an MP. He's just campaigning. So by putting Johnson's face on these things, some people may think, is Boris Johnson running to be Prime Minister again? No, he's not. He's just campaigning. So this isn't going to have the effect that many Tory party supporters think it will. This is not 2019 and Boris Johnson running, quote unquote, to become Prime Minister. This is Johnson making videos, halfway out the door to go to the shops for MPs, it seems. And all of this is a little bit too late. If Johnson had jumped on board at the very beginning, of course, they should have called the election for October or November. This would have given the Conservatives more time to campaign. But if they had brought Boris Johnson on before, perhaps it could have worked. But I think all of the problems that Boris Johnson, the baggage that he brings, damages the Conservative brand even more. Not that it's doing very well. So let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. Is bringing back Boris Johnson a good idea or a terrible one?